Hello everyone, welcome to online lecture series of electronic devices. Here the subject is electronic devices and the subject code is KEC 301. I am Dr. Sapna Katiyar, Professor in Electronics and Communication Engineering Department at ABES Institute of Technology. This is lecture number 23 and today's topic is special purpose diodes. In today's in today's session, I will be discussing about two things. First is light emitting diode and the second is laser. So, these are the two important topics which I am going to discuss it. See, as I am saying, these are the special purpose diodes. See, you have studied about the PN junction diode. You have studied their characteristics, applications and the number of things you have studied. But how that PN junction can be biased, how that particular like PN junction diode can be designed so that it can operate for a special applications. One is the light emitting diode, which is the LED, and the second is the laser. From these two terms, if I am going to ask you, do you know what is LED, what is laser, or have you seen LED and laser? So, every one of you are going to say yes. It means you are very well aware with the LED, laser, you have seen a number of applications in your daily life. You can visualize very nicely, okay, this is LED, this is laser, and where it could be used. You must have done a number of experiments, number of projects in your schools as well, and even nowadays also whenever you are going to your laboratories, you must be able to see these components. So, I am going to tell you what is it, how it operates, how the characteristic curves look like, what are the important applications, advantages, disadvantages. So, I will be discussing on each and every aspect. So, first I will be discussing about the light emitting diode. You know this term LED, abbreviation LED very well. Second is the laser. So, in both the topics I will be discussing on a number of things. So, let us begin with the LED. What is this LED? See, if you see this term LED, which is the light emitting diode, see, from this term itself, you can explain everything. L is for light, E is for emitting and D is the diode. Diode means there are two terminals, two electrodes, one is anode and one is cathode. Emitting, it means this is a special purpose diode which emits light. But how it emits lights? See, LED is what? It is a PN junction diode which emits light when an electric current passes through from that particular junction and it is in the forward direction. So, this is how a LED, a simple PN junction diode can be able to emit light, and that type of application that is known as a LED. LED is made of a semiconductor material. As you know, we have already discussed the two types of semiconductor materials. One is the elemental and the second is the compound semiconductor materials. Elemental means which consists of a single component, maybe from the silicon, from germanium, and the compound semiconductors, the combination of two or more than two types of semiconductor materials. So, LED is made of a semiconductor material which is colorless and the light is radiated from that particular junction itself. When you are saying about the junction means if you join a P and N, if this is a P semiconductor, this is a N, so this is the junction. So, light is emitted from the junction itself. So, in this particular way you can explain it. So, LED are made from the semiconductor compounds. As I have told you, the two categorization, elemental and compound. So, for the manufacturing of LED, compound semiconductors are used, and you must remember some of the compound semiconductor names as well, like gallium arsenide, gallium phosphide, gallium arsenide phosphide, silicon carbide, gallium indium nitride. Even here also you can see some of the different colored LEDs. So, now you will be very much like capable to recollect. Yes, I have seen this kind of LED, I have seen red color LED, I have seen blue color LED, I have seen the green one, even I have seen the white one. So you can recall the things. So LED looks like in this particular way, and various colors LEDs are available in the market. So now you can identify, okay, this is a LED, it has two terminals, and this particular component will be capable to emit light. You must have seen in a number of applications nowadays. You are watching LED television, LEDs screen on the mobiles, LEDs at the traffic lights itself. So sometimes blink and sometimes it doesn't blink. It means there is a on and off accordingly wherever the current is flowing or not flowing in that particular circuitry. So I hope till this particular point you will be able to recall the things or recall the items which you have seen in your daily life. Now let us discuss about the construction and working principle. How a PN junction diode behaves as a special purpose diode, which is a light emitting diode, and how it actually works. So here you can see this is a N type, like semiconductor material, upon which P type is being, it is being diffused, and accordingly you can see here the junction actually. Now as I have told you that this particular LED, it works in the forward biased mode. So you can see the battery which is connected in this particular manner, that the P terminal is connected with the positive terminal of the battery and N is connected with the negative terminal of the battery. So this is the condition where it is in the forward bias. Now you can see for the anode and cathode, the two terminals have been taken out with the use of the metals. This is the metal terminal via which anode and cathode terminals have been taken out. You can see light is like being emitted from this particular region, from here to here, and the overall mechanism, it occurs at the from the junction itself. So in this particular manner, if you would like to visualize the overall mechanism, you can summarize light emission which occurs in the case of the LED in three processes. Basically there are three steps, three individual processes. What are these processes? First is what? Generation of electron hole pair. And how the generation of electron hole pairs takes place? It is because of the excitation of the semiconductor. This is one step, which is the generation, and the second is the recombination of the electron hole pair. Recombination where the electrons hole recombine and they diffuse. And the third is the extraction of photons from the semiconductors because of the recombination. It means what are the three steps? One is the generation of electron hole pair, second is the recombination of electron hole pair, and third is the extraction of photons. And because of these photons, they are now going to emit their energy, they are going to release their energy, and that is being emitted in the form of the light. So these are the three important steps which you must remember over here. If you see this particular component, this is the circuit symbol for the LED. As you know that LED is what? Light emitting diode. There are two terminals, two electrodes, one is anode and the second is cathode. And this is a special purpose diode, means you have studied it from the structure of the PN junction diode. So if you remove this particular arrow, you can observe this is a PN junction diode. This is the positive terminal. This bar denotes the negative terminal. You can remember it in this particular manner. So this is the cathode terminal, this is the anode one, and you can observe these arrows are in the outward direction. It means what? When you are saying light emitting, means this is a special purpose diode which are going to emit the light, and these outwards arrow will shows you that this particular diode emits the light. That is why this is the mention in the outward direction, right? So this is the circuit symbol, and this particular circuit symbol you are going to use in a number of circuitries where you have to do a number of analysis and all. Practically, you must have seen this type of LED whenever you have been like implemented any project or you are going to your laboratories. So, in this particular type of LED, you would be like very much curious how to identify. There are two terminals, two legs are available over there. Then how to identify which is the anode and which is the cathode? Means you need to identify out of those two legs, those two terminals, which one is the cathode one and which one is the anode. So, what you have to do, just you have to analyze in most of the LEDs. There are the different structures of LEDs as well. So, in most of the cases, you try to identify which is the longer leg and which is the shorter leg. You can see the shorter leg, that is the cathode. You are not going to like read out any of the thing which is being mentioned on the LED. No, just by observing the legs, the shorter one is the cathode and the longer one is the anode. So, this is how you can visualize, you can identify, okay, this is anode terminal, this is the cathode, and accordingly you can place it in the circuitries, right. Now, let us discuss the VI characteristic. VI characteristic is what? This is the volt current characteristic. V is for the voltage, I is for the current characteristic. You know that PN junction diode, simply if we talk about the conventional PN junction diode, it behaves in or it works in forward bias condition, it works in the reverse bias condition. And if you recall what I have told you about the LED, LED works in the forward bias condition. So, in case of if you are going to plot the VI characteristic curve, it will be same as the VI characteristic curve of a conventional PN junction diode in the forward bias. Now, you can see this is the simple characteristic of the conventional one. On x-axis, voltage is being taken. On y-axis, the current is being taken. Forward voltage, current. Because of this applied voltage, whatever the current is flowing, you are going to plot in this particular manner. So, what you have observed? Initially, when you are applying, when you are increasing the forward voltage, what will happen? Initially, a small amount of current will flow, but after a certain voltage, what is that certain voltage? Once a barrier potential is overcome, then there is a sudden rise in the current. Here you can see VF is what? That knee voltage, after which there is a sudden rise in the current. But here you can identify, you can visualize different colors have been shown. Infrared, red, amber, yellow, green, blue, white. What do you mean by this? And how these characteristics, these colors looks like and how to differentiate it? As I have told you that in the case of the LEDs like manufacturing, compound semiconductors are used, and depending upon the composition of compound semiconductors, different colors LEDs can be manufactured. You can see over here, I have listed some of the compound semiconductors and the color which is being emitted by the LED. Like if gallium arsenide is used for the manufacturing of a LED, then it emits infrared. If gallium phosphide, then red, yellow and green color. Aluminium gallium phosphide, green color. Gallium nitride, green. Zinc selenide, blue, and aluminium gallium nitride, ultraviolet color. So, depending upon the different compositions of the compound semiconductor, different colors LEDs can be manufactured, and the characteristic curve is just the similar one which you are drawing the case of the like conventional PN junction diode. The only thing which varies the knee voltage depending upon the nature of the semiconductor material which is going to be used over here. So, I hope now these 2 points are also clear, how to plot the characteristic curve and why you are observing the different colors over here, right. Moving ahead, let us discuss one of the important application of the LED. You can find numerous applications, as I have told you. Nowadays, you are observing LED television, LED screen on your mobile, LEDs on the street lights, LEDs on your like robots, on your kids, number of like games, appliances you can observe over there. One of the very common and oldest one, the like application is the 7 segment. There are certain other applications as well. But what do you mean by here? 7 segment display. See, this type of like application, it consists of 7 segments, like 7 things you are connecting over there. Each and every item is being like identified as a segment. So all the 7 LEDs are arranged in a some systematic manner, and depending upon the requirement, which will glow, which will not glow, accordingly the various types of applications are going to be observed. And in the case of the 7 segment, LED is called a segment because when the LED is illuminated, that particular segment form a part of a numeric or a digit. As you know that you have to connect, you have to join, or you have to arrange 7 LEDs. So how to arrange it in a systematic manner? You know that there are 2 terminals. One is cathode, one is anode. So either you are connecting, you are making common all the anode terminals, that will be a common anode configuration. And if you are making common, if you are joining all together all the cathodes of the 7 LEDs, that is known as a common cathode configuration. So you can see in this particular diagram, here I have shown the common cathode 7 segment display. Common cathode means you can see for all the LEDs 1 to 7 cathodes have been made common, and this is one structure for the 7 segment. You can count A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The 7 segments have been mentioned over here. So if you have to like plot 1, then corresponding to this one, if LED B and C will glow and rest of the LEDs are not glowing, one can be observed. For 2, you can observe in this particular case how to plot 2. 2 you are going to write in this particular manner. In this manner means A, B, G, E, D. A, B, G, E and D. So this is how 2 will be displayed. So depending upon the requirement of which particular segment is going to be eliminated, which is not going to be eliminated, accordingly this type of like display can be made. If you have to display H, so just visualize how you are writing H, this line, this vertical line and the horizontal one. It means for this F, E, B, C and G, these LEDs will be illuminating. So this is how H will be displayed. Now let us discuss some of the advantages. Till now I have told you a number of times what are the applications, what are the limitations and all. See, advantages of LED. It's low cost. LEDs are small in size. Its weight is also very less. Long life. Very economical, cost is very less. High degree of reliability, high efficiency. It is very durable, and you can see the switching time of LEDs is very high. LEDs can be like make on and off very quickly. So the switching time is less than 1 nanosecond, which is the advantage. Applications in the case of TV, backlighting, display, automotive, dimming of lights, optical switching, alarms and remote control applications, and number of other more applications are also there. So this is how you can understand about the LED and its important facts. Now let us discuss about the second topic of today's session, which is the laser. The word laser, this is the acronym of light, A is for amplification, by S denotes the stimulated, E is for emission of, R denotes the radiation. This is how you can like explain what is laser. It was invented in year 1958 by a scientist named as Charles Townes. He is a Nobel Prize winner in 1964, and the other scientist was Arthur Shallow of Bell Laboratories. So they have like identified the characteristics and the features and the fundamentals of the laser. So laser is a device which produces coherent beam of optical radiation, and how this coherent beam is being created by stimulated electronics, ionic or molecular transitions, and how these transitions are to be made from the lower level to the higher level. And when they return to the lower energy level, then stimulated emission they emits energy. You have studied about the energy band diagram also. It means when the electrons are moving from a higher energy level to the lower energy level, they are going to release the certain amount of energy as well. So laser is a source of highly directional, monochromatic and coherent light. What do you mean by? These are the three important properties of the lasers. So laser is a semiconductor device which is similar to light emitting diode, as I have explained it to you, and it uses PN junction, and that PN junction is used to emit the light. Light is emitted, coherent light, in which all the waves are at the same frequency and phase. So some of the important properties, let me remind you, you have already studied. Monochromatic properties means what? The light which is emitted from a laser, it is monochromatic in nature. It means it one color wavelength. You can see wavelength for blue color, wavelength for different wavelength for the red color. So for in each every color there is a different wavelength. And laser emit lights which is highly directional. Highly directional means the conical shape you can observe over here. You can see here, this is a very narrow beam. So this is the property of a laser. Third is the coherent. What do you mean by the coherent? Means in phase. You can see in this particular like wave, the wavelength of the laser lights, these are in phase in space and time. Means they are in the same phase. All these three properties of laser lights are very important and you must remember it. Because of this, you are going to explain it in future. Now, let us discuss what is the absorption. What is absorption? Absorption means it is going to absorb something. It is the process in which optical energy is converted to the internal energy, and when a photon is observed, you can observe when a photon is observed, then energy will be increased. It means now an electron will move from lower level to the higher level of the energy. This is the absorption process. Second is the spontaneous emission. What is this? In this particular case, when the excited electron, this is the excited electron. So here when excited electrons decays to the lower energy, it releases, it gives off a photon, and the average time, it is giving off a photon, and the average time for decay, this is known as a spontaneous emission lifetime, because that excited electron will be in a higher energy state for that particular for shorter time, and then after it will be returning back to the lower energy by emitting a photon. Stimulated emission, which is the important mechanism in the case of the laser. Stimulated emission is a process in which an excited electron or molecule interact with a photon. See, this is the excited electron. It interacts with a photon and it decays to the lower energy level, and in this particular process it is releasing more photons. So when 1 is observed, 2 is going to be released. When 2 are observed, 4 are going to be released. It means this is the process of the stimulated emission. An incoming photon with energy equal to the difference between the allowed energy level interacts with an electron in the excited state, and stimulated emission can occur. This is the fundamental principle of the laser. Now let us discuss about the construction. You can see, because this is a special purpose diode, you can observe there is a PN junction, and in between the P and N there is an intrinsic active region, and from this particular junction itself you can see the laser light is going to be shown over here. And here this particular intrinsic region, its width is used, this region is used so that the volume of the active region can be increased, and the volume of the active region is being increased, then the amount of light which is going to be like you are observing, that will be increased, and in this particular active region the number of electrons and holes will be accumulated at the junction, and because of this it will allow more electrons and holes to recombine at any instant of time in and it is going to give you the better output. And this type of laser diode, this is known as a homojunction laser diode as well. Now, let us discuss what are the advantages, disadvantages and applications. See, what are the advantages? What I have told you, laser, it is based on the principle of the spontaneous emission, stimulated. So, advantages are the very efficient. So, it offers excellent efficiency with very high operation duration. It is very easy in operation, simple in design and construction. The operational power in case of laser diode, this is less than as compared to other light emitting devices. It is small in size, then because of this it allows better handling. Laser diode generate light of high efficiency, very high efficiency of lights are going to be generated with the help of laser. See, you have seen a number of laser shows in your daily life. Sometimes you used to go see the laser shows. There is a music, and you are observing the different variations of light over there. What is that? That is because of this particular like behavior, how the stimulated emission takes place, and accordingly number of applications are there where you are observing the laser, which is going to be like utilized very fruitfully. In case of the like medical applications, also it is very useful. Some of the disadvantages, it is expensive. This is the very important reason, and it is not suitable for many applications because of low power production. Since it produces low power, even if there is a large variation, even if you increase the like intrinsic region very high, so that recombination takes place accordingly. But there are many applications which require little bit or high power production. So, this is not going to be suitable for those applications only. And the temperature affects its output. This is the major limitation of the laser diode, that the temperature affects its output. If there is a variation in the temperature, output is going to be changed. Next, the applications. What are the major applications? Even I have told you number of applications while explaining the concept. Consumer electronics, medical machines, autonomous vehicles, scientific instrumentation, laser printers, telecommunication, and in defense industries. So, these are the important applications where a laser diode can be used. So, I hope all these points are now clear to you. Let me summarize what you have studied in today's session. In today's session, I have talked to you about the special purpose diode. Special purpose diode, which is quite different from the conventional PN junction diode, means here I have discussed about the two things. One is the LED, which is light emitting diode, and the second is the laser. And I have told you how the LEDs looks like, how to identify the LED, what are the advantages, what are the applications, and one example, which is the 7-segment display, I have shown you how the display can be numerically and alphabetically can be done. The second topic I have discussed about the laser. In the case of laser, what are the properties, the three properties I have told you, the phenomena, absorption, stimulated emission, spontaneous, and all those things I have told you. We have seen how the construction look like. From the junction itself, it emits a light. Then we have discussed about the applications, advantages and disadvantages. So, I hope now both the topics are clear to you. Thank you so much.